Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. பல்லாண்டு பல்லாண்டு பல்லாயிரத்தாண்டு பல கோடி நூறாயிரம் மல்லாண்டத்தின் தோல் மணிவண்ணா உன் சேவடி செவ்வி திருக்காப்பு. This is Nalayara Divya Prabandham, 4,000 nice songs of Lord Vishnu. This is the very first one. And that guy you know very well. What is his name? Yes, he knows very well. Next time he will tell everyone. There is popular in his area, so everyone by hearted they know. Today we are going to see fourth canto, the creation of fourth order, chapter 25, the description of the characteristics of King Purañjana. And the sloka number 54, the arms and legs of living entity are blind. They are going to give some analogy. Is already allegory theory, the King Purañjana story. Narada Muni explained to Prachina Barhi. Within that, again, another one analogy, they are saying that arms and legs of living entity are blind. So, what the concept they are trying to explain, that we are going to see today. So, one of the beautiful sloka. And the deep meaning, what they are going to tell us is the key. Please repeat after me. Andau amisham pauranam Nirvāk Peśaskṛt ubhau Akshanvatam adipatis tabhyam yati karoti cha andau amisham pauranam Nirvāk Peśaskṛt ubhau Akshanvatam adipatis tabhyam yati karoti cha. Please. Andau amisham pauranam Nirvāk Peśaskṛt ubhau Akshanvatam adipatis tabhyam yati karoti cha. Andau amisham pauranam Nirvāk Peśaskṛt ubhau Akshanvatam adipatis tabhyam yati karoti cha. Andau amisham pauranam Nirvāk Peśaskṛt ubhau Akshanvatam adipatis tabhyam yati karoti cha. Andau amisham pauranam Nirvāk Peśaskṛt ubhau Akshanvatam adipatis Tabhyam yadi karoti cha. Word to word meaning. Andau, blind. Amisham, among those. Pauranam, of the inhabitants. Nirvāk, of the Nirvāk. Peśaskṛt, of the name Peśaskṛt. Ubhav, both of them. Akshanvatam, of the people who possessed eyes. Adipati, ruler. Tabhyam, with both of them. Yati, used to go. Karoti, used to act. Cha, and. Translation by Prabhupada. Please listen. Srila Prabhupada ki. Of the many inhabitants of this city, there are two persons named Nirvāk and Peśaskṛt. Although King Purañjana was the ruler of the citizens who possessed eyes, he unfortunately used to associate with these blind men. Accompanied by them, he used to go here and there and perform various activities. Purport. Please listen. This is a reference to the arms and legs of the living entity. The two legs do not speak and they are blind. If a person simply trusts his legs to take him walking, he is likely to fall into a hole or bump into something. Thus, led by the blind legs, one's life may be placed in jeopardy. Of the senses that are working, the hands and legs are very important, but they have no eyes to see. This means that in the hands and legs there are no holes. In the head there are many holes, 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, 2 ears and 1 mouth. But lower down in the arms and legs there are no holes. Consequently, the arms and legs have been described as andha, which means blind. Although the living entity has many holes in his body, he nonetheless has to work with his hands and arms. Although living entity is the master of many other senses, when he has to go somewhere, do something or touch something, he has to use his blind legs and hands. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Sakshorunmilitam Yena Tasmaye Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Katamahyam Tadade Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Udapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sakrajadam Sakagana Raghunan Dhanvidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadudam Parijana Saidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Lalita Shri Visakan Vidancha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostude Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Stude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpadarubhashya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasade Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayam Udirayed Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavada Sevaya Bhagavadi Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavadi Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Koba Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. This particular chapter 25, fourth canto, chapter 25, the description and characters of King Purañjana, the allegory story. This chapter has 5 sections. Section 1, the first 8 sloka, which talks about Narada's mercy on Prachinabharihi. 9 to 24, next 15 sloka, Narada narrates the story of Purañjana. 25 to 44, another 20 sloka, a beautiful woman becomes Purañjana queen. And last 56 to 62, Purañjana captivated by his wife. We are in the last but one, 45 to 55. We are in 54. The gates and inhabitants of the city. So, this chapter, Purañjan means, this is, Narada Muni is so merciful. He wants to give some advice to Prachinabharihi. And why? Because he is a very good king. There is no doubt he is ruling nicely. And also he do lot of karmakandi exercise like Veda, chanting Vedas and doing all the worship. And then yajna, killing animals for the sacrifice. So many things he is doing, all good. But Narada Muni want to say, karmic activity without bhakti will take you nowhere. He want to awaken his soul. These are karmic, even if it is prescribed in Veda, you are doing the recitation, all the thing, but is there any bhakti element in that activity? That is what he is trying to say. The whole chapter is, the Purañjana is nothing but one who enjoys the body. This is what I do the work, enjoy, relax, chillax, those kind of thing. And he want to advise something more than that. That is the key point here he is going to say. His intelligence, the Prachinabharihi, entangled in karmic life. Narada Muni, out of compassion as a guru, to give real vision, to him, explaining the story in the form of allegory of Purañjana. Why he takes to that? See, before I am coming to Krishna consciousness, I used to recite nicely Yajurveda, do all yajna and other thing, I know very well. But if I doing that ritual, they all systematic way, morning Gayatri Mantra, then do the office work, then afternoon Gayatri Mantra, evening Gayatri Mantra, like routine. But if you want to chant the name and then come here, do something which is out of my cycle. And in the form of allegory, then if you really has some advice from the elders, you think, okay, what he is saying, okay. Then you will analyze within you. Then you will change it. If I come straightly and criticize, no one will accept. Yeah, aadmi log pagal hai, like that they will going to go. So you have to be in a diplomatic way. That is what he said. He is saying in the form of allegory, as Purañjana. Purañjana is the one who enjoys body. But this here, the Purañjana is nothing but Prachinabharihi himself. But he is not directly telling him, but he is telling in the form of story. That is the key. Now here Narada Muni giving the vision to him. The ultimate vision is, in this chapter and in the next chapter, the conclusion what it come is, Prachinabharhi fully absorbed in his karmic activities and enjoying his kingdom, and his sons Prachetas and now reciting in the Rudragita in the ocean. That is the mercy of Lord Shiva. That is what the first 8 sloka. Narada's mercy. First Lord Shiva disappears and Prachetas recite Rudragita. And they are reciting under the sea because sea is the grandma place for Prachetas. That we discussed earlier. Since it is today Pradosham and tomorrow is Mahashivratri, we can say Sambho Mahadeva. Vaishnavanam Sambho Mahadeva. So that is what it happened in the earliest chapter. Now Prachetas doing the Rudragita, chanting Rudragita, and that is one of the very auspicious one. What Narada Muni said, don't wait for your kids to come and take the kingdom. Now time is running out. It is time for you to get out from the king life or ashrama, that is what is Grahastha life and all. You got to get out and you have to go to Vanaprastha. You have to do the devotional service. Let your sons will come and take the kingdom. In the meantime, you can hand over to someone else. They will take care, and then once your sons come, they will give it to your son. They will do it. But for you, no need to stay here in the kingdom. Time is out. All finished. You have to get out. That is what he want to say. So that one, he is saying, I am telling only summary. We will see the detail in one by one. Now you have to go for your Vanaprastha life, and you have to do the devotional service, and time is out. That is the summary of the vision given by Narada Muni to Prachinabharhi. Any doubt so far? Good. Here, King Prachinabharhi was exemplary in Vedic ritualism, karma kandi exercise, especially sacrifices involving animal offerings. Though Vedic, his consciousness was externally directed, focused on heavenly rewards, prosperity, and prolonged enjoyment. The Bhagavatam repeatedly stressed that karma without bhakti binds, even when sanctioned by Shastra. Not merely performing karma, but mental absorption, asakti, is the karma bondage. Now, you have to look at Narada Muni. He is a Adhyatma Tattva Jnani. Narada is not only a preacher, he is self-realized, Atma Jnani. Bhakti Parayana, fully devoted to the Lord. Thus, he represents the transition from karma to bhakti. That is the key. How to transform karma to bhakti from ritual to realization. He do rituals, but he want to do more than that. He want to realize. Only one who knows Adhyatma Tattva, that is the soul's relationship with Bhagavan, can free another from karmic entanglement. That is the summary. Yes, you are doing some Vedic exercises, some yajna, and killing the animals for sacrifice purpose, and you are getting benefit, all those correct. But here, you have to understand one more point. Compassion as the motive for instruction, Narada was not offended by Prachinabharagi's ritualization, nor did he criticize arrogantly. No. Instead, he waited for the proper time. Then enlighten him through allegory story, because if you say directly, he won't accept. It will take hard to digest. Slowly, they are explaining in a diplomatic way. That is the Vaishnava etiquette. The diplomacy is the Vaishnava etiquette that we can learn from n number of Narada's discussion to various people. That is Narada Muni. Now, awaken dormant understanding and then turn consciousness inward. In the meantime, you might remember in the earlier chapter and all, or in the same chapter, the previous chapter, Narada Muni show the whatever ritual he did, what the animal sacrificed, how the animal is now, he show everything. Now, here the key point here is, you have to move out of karmic activity to bhakti. That is what his conclusion. And that he is telling in a symbolic way. Usually, people attached to karma cannot digest abrupt renunciation. Allegory allows gradual transformation of consciousness. These two things are very key. When whatever we do, okay, regular office work, okay, thoda kamta, yeah, let overtime is there, yes, do. Then come aram se, then have your dinner, sleep. That is routine. Have you done your 16 round chanting? Have you done your sadhana other than chanting? Doing archana to Lord, abhishek to Lord, or doing some seva to Lord, making some prasadam to Lord, offering to devotee. Here, the philosophical takeaway is, Vedic karma is not rejected, but we have to transcend. Attachment, not action, causes bondage. The attachment causes the bondage. A pure devotee's compassion is the turning point in spiritual life. Bhakti jnana begins when realized soul intervenes. Here, Narada Muni say, the vision, whatever we do without proper vision, it won't come proper. It won't end up in proper way. That who will give that vision? Here for Prachinabharagi, his Guru Maharaj, Narada Muni gives his vision. For us, we have to depend on our Guru Maharaj to get that proper vision. The planning and guidance is very, very important to achieve your goal. So first we got the first initiation, Harinam initiation. Maharaj gives chanting beats. And while we are saying Mahamantra, we are getting the new name, happy. But it is not ending with that. We have to analyze, I am chanting 16 round, or some people more than 16 round. And I have to monitor the quality of my chanting. It is not just counting 16 round, it is more than counting 16 round. Counting 16 round, anyone can do. Fadapat, we are doing so many work, traveling this way, that way, 16 round is, you can finish. It is not the question of counting 16 round, it is the absorption, the yogamaya potency, the hladini potency of the Lord. How we are chanting, why I am chanting? I want to remember the Lord at always. I want to go back to Godhead. I never want to forget God's name even at the time of death. I want to remember the Lord at all times. So that is the reason I'm chanting. Even if I chant a couple of rounds less, 10 rounds only doing, doesn't matter. I am doing it properly. Make proper one at a time. I am doing my chanting properly. So the vision is there, given by our Guru Maharaj, and we are following that, and we are analyzing on a regular basis. Yes, this week I finished 16 rounds all the day. It's quite good. Sometimes I can't able to do. Next day I managed it. But the quality matters. Why it matters? That is the aim of our life is go back to Godhead. We are the servant of the Lord, and we are going back to the seva to do for the Lord. We always remember the Lord. That is why you're doing. Here, the Prachina, they're giving an analogy. We are depending legs and hands to do everything. But those two legs and hand don't have eye to see. The analogy is we need vision that is given by our Guru Maharaj, our Prabhupada, and our ISKCON books. Plenty of them are there. And we have to do in an organized way, learn in a systematic way, and try to internalize, practice, apply in your day-to-day life. That is the key. Any doubt? Any doubt, Prabhu? So here, one should transcend the ritualistic ceremony and try to understand the actual truth, the purpose of life. Narada Muni wanted to instruct the king about the real purpose of life and invoke the spirit of renunciation in his heart. He is already a king. Telling king, go, King Prachinabari, go and take sannyas. King has so many things there. You can't say directly like that. But once your age comes, you have to give it to others. So he want to, the spirit of renunciation has to come automatically. How it will come? Whatever you do, you have to taste it. You have to be with that. You have to enjoy with that. And why I am doing this? Is there any bhakti element in this? We used to recite one Chadushloki. Chadushloki 2933 to 36. I think 2934, the second sloka, 2934. Rite ritam yat pratiyeta na pratiyeta cha atmani tadvidyat atmano mayam yada bhasho yada tamaha. This is Garbhodaksha Vishnu to Brahmaji, first four Sadhushloki. Whatever we do without relation to Krishna is of no use. It's a waste, simply waste. That is what the initial Sadhushloki taught us. So that is what here Narada Muni want to say to Prachinabhargi. So where is the bhakti element? Where is the Krishna here? That is the key point. Knowledge and spirit of renunciation, that is jnana vairagya, are the ultimate goal of life. Without knowledge, one cannot become detached from material enjoyment, and without being detached from material enjoyment, one cannot make spiritual advancement. Clear? Unless and until we detach from the material activity, we cannot advance in the spiritual activity. Karmis are generally engaged in sense gratification And for this end, they are prepared to commit so many sinful activities. Animal sacrifice is but one such sinful activity. Because a person entangled in material activities want to hear stories of material activities, Narada Muni turned to the topics of King Purañjana, who is none other than King Purañjana. Now he want to explain the importance of devotional service, and the key thing what we said earlier is Narada Muni is Atma Rama, self-realized soul, and he want to explain one of the key point, the relationship between the soul and the super soul. That can be done only by person who is already Atma Rama, only a realized soul. Not everyone can do. That is the thing he want to explain here. That vision he want to give it to Prachina Barhi. The vision is which not easily available to anyone. Once the soul and super soul understand each other, super soul is Lord, Shiro Dakshaya Vishnu. Only the soul has to realize the super soul within us. That is the key point Narada Muni going to explain, either this chapter or next, the subsequent chapter it will come. But before that, Narada Muni want Prachina Barhi to take Vanaprastha ashram and give the kingdom to somebody till his son come back after finishing the Rudra Gita. That is the sum and substance. Any doubt? Okay, I want to say a few other things. When I say the super soul, the Shiro Dakshaya Vishnu within our heart, and the soul has to realize the presence of the super soul. That is one of the key things with Narada Muni going to explain to Prachina Barhi. That is the vision he is going to give. The similar thing Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. Which sloka anyone remember? 15.15. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha vedescha sarvairahameva vedhyo vedhantakrit vedavit eva chaham. I am seated in everyone's heart. From me come remembrance, knowledge and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas, I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedanta, and I am the knower of the Vedas. Here, our body, mind and heart should be aligned with the holy name to avoid the offense. Whenever we do our chanting, body, mind and heart aligned to the holy name. That is the real chanting. Here, the 15.15, the presence of Krishna, Shiro Dakshaya Vishnu within everyone's heart. And Narada Muni is going to reawaken to Prachina Barhi about the Lord. And all the Vedic scriptures is ultimately want to know about supreme truth, which is Krishna. And for that reason, no need for you to hundreds and millions of sacrifices. But when you do sacrifice, you should understand that the beneficiary of this is only Krishna. As long as you understand that, that is key. Going back to Godhead, equally available to everyone. It is the mercy of the Supreme Lord, which is again depend on how much we are ready to give up this material world. We know King Anga, he perfected his life in one muhurta. And it's the question of how you are getting your advice. Parikshit Maharaj got 1 week and he got Sukadeva Goswami and he perfected within 7 days by listening to the entire Srimad Bhagavatam. But what is their condition, what is their absorption level is very high, not like me. It's weird. I struggling initially to read Bhagavatam, understand the Bhagavatam, and attend the class, second time, third time, fourth time. Then okay, now we know what is that. But Parikshit Maharaj, he got the best Guru, Sukadeva Goswami, and he explained him within a week. He completed the Bhagavatam and go back to Godhead. Now, in spite we have everything, we got to put into action to read that, to understand, and to put it in our day-to-day life. That is the key. Key takeaway. We have things to do. At the same time, this kind of thing is coming with us. This knowledge is your asset and it is within you. And no one can take this kind of knowledge asset, anybody. It is for you. It is your asset. It is coming with you. If you have that understanding, that realization, then your learning capacity will keep on increasing. Yes, I am studying this, I am understanding this, which means this is an asset, it is coming with me. Like buying another property here, this is more than that, we are keeping it. With that understanding, if you keep on reading, you will taste the topic and you will understand very well, and we will put it into practice on a regular basis. Why I am doing, this chanting is coming with me. I am already surrendered soul. I am telling Krishna, please engage me in your service. I am waiting for you. I am not waiting for new Apple phone. No, I don't bother. I don't care. I want to learn more and more Bhagavatam. That is the real knowledge. It is not become out of date. It is written by 5,000 years ago, 6,000 years ago. Still we are reading and we are releasing this Bhagavatam. Maybe if iPhone come 2-3 years ago, it is out of date. No one will bother. Initially when it come, $2,000. After that, $1,000. Now $200. Like that. Bhagavatam knowledge is same. Even if you read after 10,000 years, the same knowledge. The question is how we are taking into account, how we are releasing the Bhagavatam, how we understand, how we are putting into practice. That makes the difference. That will come only by material detachment. And your inclination towards the spirituality, that makes the difference. So here the key point to note is, we need a vision. That vision will be given only by the Guru Maharaj. follow the instruction of Guru Maharaj and understand instead of focusing too much of karmic activities, we have to transform into karmic activity to bhakti activities. Our ultimate aim is bhakti and prema. I listened one of the Bhagavatam lecture. What they are saying is the entire Bhagavatam, you can take it into Sambandha, Abhidaya and Prayojan. What is the Sambandha relation? What is the Abhidaya process to get into what is the ultimate goal we are going to get? We are getting this knowledge, we are the servant of the Lord. That is the relation. Always we are the servant of the Lord. In which process we are going to do, we read Jnana, Ashtanga Yoga, so many things we read. And finally, the easiest path is Bhakti. Why I am doing? The prema is the ultimate love of God is our desired outcome. So once, like Radha, Krishna, Gopis, they have the love. That kind of love we are aiming. To get that, these are all the processes available. Yeah, we will get into that, establish the relation, take the process and get the outcome. That is the entire Bhagavatam. And we have to taste each and every sloka, understand the key message, what Prabhupada want to convey. That vision is the ultimate vision for us to succeed in the Krishna conscious life. Ranjira Srimad Bhagavatam ki Radhe Radhe Japa Karo Krishna Nama Rasu Piya Karo. Happy to take any questions, any doubts, any clarification. Yes, please.
So you were telling about the aspects of chanting.
Sorry? Yes. Yes. Yes.
So the question is, when we chant, can we for 4-5 rounds, 5-6 rounds, we can chant Krishna absorption is there. But after that, it's very hard to be focused. How can we increase our focus, absorption?
The key thing is the morning time is always good. See, I try to do before 6:30. I will finish my chanting. Except Saturday I have to be here for the service. But most of the days, the morning time is the golden time, mode of goodness. Even I noticed some of the day, I want to go early, do some work, I got to catch the train, but I can't able to get up before finishing my chanting. So I got to leave the train, I got to go after 2-3 trains. Once you focus, even sometimes what I do Sankalpa. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra Jamam Karishye, I say that mantra and then I do chanting. I do Achaman and do that. I do sit in front of Krishna and then do. So what I started thinking first, this is my time with Krishna. Like your boss, when you are boss sitting in front of you, will you leave your attention? He will, okay, get out, your job is terminated. Right? It is your boss sitting in front of you. But this boss is very kind to you. And we have to focus. So, okay, I can't do 16 rounds at a time. I can do 8 rounds in the morning, then do another 4 rounds in the afternoon when you are free of mind. But you have to bring your mind to Krishna, to chanting. Then you can do well. It is not a question of 16 rounds. It is a question of having the seva towards Krishna, that mindset. I am requesting Krishna, please engage me in your service. I am your servant, humble servant. Please accept me. That humble mood. And if you do that mood, then Krishna himself will take you to guide you to do chant properly. Oh, I got to finish. Yeah, another 2 rounds is there. No, no need. No need to do fast. Take your time. Do it in the afternoon. Do it in the evening. But whatever time you are doing, do it the focus first. I started with 1 round only. So I do 1 round for nearly 1 year. Slowly I do, then I will increase. First initial time I used to think, oh, I have to do 16 rounds. Once you develop the taste, obviously you will get more rounds. That is the key. You have to develop the taste. That means sometimes what happens, people, the young age especially, they have attraction to so many places. Okay, I got to do this, I got to do this. New iPhone is coming, new iPad is there, new app is there. Even for a lot of devotional apps are also there to study well. When if you want Ayurveda, they say somebody is chanting and you can repeat. So many things are there. Some of the nice app is there, we can use it for our spiritual thing. So when I want to study some of the hard topic, I'll search in the internet who is doing best. And then I select, oh, this is very nice. I can keep that one. I listen 3-4 times, then I can follow that tune. Like that, even chanting you can do. Who is doing nice kirtan, attend the kirtan, who is doing nice kirtan. Then you love to do chanting. You will do wonderful chanting. It's a good question actually, but put it in reality is very important. That is my ultimate goal of life, nothing else. I can take idli tomorrow, no problem. For today is my chanting day. That's it. Happy with the answer? Anyone else? Grandhiraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Hare Krishna.